let's talk about engagement and growth and getting more people to your page. So, first things first, when you're first starting out, I will encourage you to start following those big accounts that just really inspire you and that are in your current niche. And it's nice to engage with them, but you don't really have to engage with them that much. It's more important to go and look at their followers. So, people who are actively interacting within their account. So, for example, let's say one of them posts a reel, and you look at their comments, they're people who are active on Instagram. You're then going to go into these people's accounts and then like some photos, engage with their stories if they have it up. Of course, if they're public account, you could do this, but if they're private, you really can't. But it kind of pokes at these people to get them back to your page. Okay. So you could do this with like five people a day. I wouldn't do as many because you could get restricted, and I've got restricted before, so please don't do that. And make sure, before you start doing this, you actually have things posted in your profile, because if someone comes to your page and there's nothing to look at, there's nothing to look at and they're not going to be interested and they're not going to follow you. Okay. Another way I engage is, let's say before I post anything on my page, I would go back and follow up with people who've left me thoughtful comments. And I would leave thoughtful comments to other people in my niche as well. So it's like a love thing where it's like I leave you a comment, so then you leave me a comment, and it just kind of does this engagement circle, and it brings more eyes to your page, right? And then you would want to respond to all the people who have DM'd you, who have messaged you in your stories, messaged you on your reels and post, because it's more text comments on your posts and it's more engagement. Ninja trick right here is I would ask a question. So then the person who commented before responds back, and you just kind of go more. And so it's more interaction within that one post. And so the algorithm will know, like, wow, this post is very interesting. It's getting a lot of likes and comments. So it's going to be pushing out further than that. Okay. And let's say you're posting 2, 3 times a day and you're like, wow, I really like this post. I would suggest you post one of those reels on your story so it gets more people and more eyes on that reel, like I've done here. And then you could kind of put some text over it to kind of give more context of what this post is about, and then a keyword. And my little trick too is, after you post and after you've done all your engagement in the beginning, get off your Instagram, because I know TikTok does this. They try to push out your content more if you're not on Instagram, right? Instagram gets paid for people who on Instagram and they want you on there. So if you're not on there, they don't get paid as much. And so my logic is, when you're off Instagram, they're going to keep pushing out your content more. So then you'll start getting notifications if you have notifications on. I don't have notifications on because it's just too crazy for me. But that's the whole reasoning. I would say just kind of detach for an hour and then come back. All right. How to get more engagement. In your stories and even in your posts, there's options to put polls and stickers. People love fidgeting with sliding, tapping. It's all fun. So I encourage you to do that. I mean, not for every single post. Obviously, don't overdo it. But people love engaging with that, and that's going to actually help you push out more of your stories and also your content as well. And then those people who do interact, this is the most important part. Follow up with them. Let's say you ask a question like, oh, who here loves, I don't know, classical music or country music, EDM? And people say yes. It's like, I respond back and kind of build that connection, build that relationship, because you want to be buddy buddies with every single person. And that's how you build trust and your brand. Okay. Collaborations. If anyone's interested in collaborating with you, I would say do it, because it's more exposure to your page. So The person who's doing a live with you or a reel, their followers are going to see your content as well. So I would suggest do that if you feel up for it. I mean, you don't even have to show your face if you don't want to. I've seen big accounts where they're just showing, them in their background or where they're at, not even their face. And then I highly suggest doing Instagram lives because it kind of brings you into face where you're like actually a real person and not a robot, and people like tend to listen to you and figure out what you're up to, and you again building that connection. All right. The lead system. This is my favorite because I have been implementing this for a week now and I've been getting so many leads, okay? So we have to create content that continuously brings in leads, okay? That means you have to create multiple freebies. You don't have to put it on a nice Canva document. You could just put a Word document. I use Google Doc all the time and tying trigger keywords to that post. So I have automation systems set up, ManyChat, and when someone says the keyword, they will send them my freebie. And so I've seen a pattern where the same people are asking for those keywords and the same people are interested and they're just getting more and more follow-ups from me, more free stuff. And again, building that relationship is so important because then they'll turn into customers.